Welcome to part 16 of the Mega Man Eternal Creators playthrough. So, in this part we'll be taking on what people would call Mega Man Hell, Wily Stronghold 3. So, quite easily this is considered by many to be the hardest level in the game. With the exclusion of the last level, but we'll get there. But anyways, as a stage itself, most would consider this the hardest level. So this one has three major sections. It has a roller coaster parts, a la Primal Man, but it also contains a mid-boss and a part that is kind of paying homage to something, but I'll get to that later. But yeah, the key thing is that make sure you have enough weapon energy. I would strongly recommend if you have any W tanks, make sure you stock up on W tanks. And if you don't, like I did, you'll end up doing something maybe like I did if you die a lot. You'll notice that I'm going to do some cutting out because let's just say this was not the best run I've done before. In fact, if you want to see some of my better runs, just go look at my older videos of Wily Stronghold 3 and versus the mid-boss and the boss. They're way better runs, but either way, we're going to have some fun with this. So, anyways, you notice there's that first part with Primal Bomb. Make sure you make these jumps carefully, and also in the dark segment, if you're able to use Tune Node, you can actually hit that switch. Which will light it up a bit better, and here's the tricky part. Make sure you do a good jump right there. Now here, you want to use Clampering, or else you're going to hit some really tough places. Clampering is your best friend. Use it whenever you can. We're at the end of the coaster, and now we're on to the second segment of the stage. So I bet you're wondering, well, what did I design this to be? It's basically a gauntlet level. It isn't... okay, gauntlet is the best word. I would say endurance. It's nasty. It's difficult. People wanted this thing to be nasty, and this is going to be a hard fight. But I'm going to show you that this is wicked easy. You just go use Frigid Frost on the Mecha Dragon Alpha right here. Yeah, that's Mecha Dragon Alpha. Has lightning attacks that shoot from his tails. He has fireballs. But the key thing is just... play it easy with him and don't fall into the hole. But anyways, I died a couple times here. You're gonna notice I'm gonna be cutting off a lot of places where I've died. So this is the last segment of this stage. So you'll notice that there's some of these copy bots. I would recommend just getting right past there. If you want to get that, go for it ahead. Now, you're gonna notice that my Primal Bomb is pretty low in terms of weapon energy. Let's just say it bit me in the butt pretty bad in this run. I really should have brought some W tanks with me. I actually had enough bolts for one. So if you're wondering if the inspiration I had kind of at this level is, it reminded me a lot of, I wanted something that felt kind of like if you took Mega Man and you hybridized it with the concept of one of the later Ninja Gaiden levels, or Gaiden as we used to call it back in the day when I was a kid. But anyways. Pretty much like the last segment, it's just brutal. So here, you want to use Scorch Flame to burn off the top two blocks. I'm going to show you a trick here. If you pause and just turn it right off, you don't have to worry about timing it, but normally what I would recommend is just turning it on, fire, then wait, and you'll hopefully be able to time it right. But otherwise, that's an easy way of getting past it. It's just switching weapons mid-air. And we're almost at the halfway point here. So this level, okay, I died 12 times. Yes, I ran out of weapon energy, so I started just farming for weapon energy. Yeah, that's why I died 12 times. It was really bad. But anyways, you're gonna have to be very careful here. This was designed to be, if you screw up one place, you screw up everywhere. So if you don't make that jump, for instance, you're gonna have to kill yourself, and you have to redo it all up to that checkpoint. So you'll notice that my weapon energy is extremely low. I need enough Scorch Flame for what's going to be happening about 2 to 3 rooms up. If you don't have enough weapon energy, you're not going to make it through this level. This is pulling back to Mega Man 2. The Lord and Savior of all Mega Man games, to some. So if you have issues with that, think about Mega Man 2. But anyway. Having too much fun with this. But anyways, so you want to get onto one of these exterior ladders. And you're gonna want to do not go the right route. That is a trap. Do not go the right route. Woohoo! That's close. So take the left route. Do not take the right route. Now here you have to be very careful. Do precision and fire and melt those ice blocks. If you misfire, you're gonna screw up. We're almost to the end. So I pooch it up a little bit here, but I'm going to show you a little trick that you can use to make this a little easier. Use clampering. Very easy. The Garabi will nicely stop for you if you use clampering. But you'll notice that I'm just doing a really poopy job of keeping these guys stable, especially in this room here. There we go. Yeah. I just got my butt kicked. There we go. Oh, oh God. Okay. There we go, we're at the end. Sadly, I actually died on the boss my first attempt. Now you're gonna notice that this boss fight, it can be quite challenging if you don't use his weakness, but if you do, he's not that bad. Now there's a good reason why I chose to do this, is because, of course, this level is brutally difficult if you don't know what you're doing. It's all about learning how to get through it and mastering the stage. That's what last levels are all about, is getting good and practicing. But anyways, we're at the big epic fight, last fight with Base in the game, and his weakness is Frigid Frost. So just use Frigid Frost, watch out for the spikes, the rolling spikes that are coming down. This is a big elevator, it's going down. It just crashed 2 sides of the room, this big epic battle here. And he has a variety of attacks like his base saber, and he does a whole bunch of different things that are quite fascinating. In particular, he'll go back and forth, he'll dash, he'll fire, you'll have a base saber, and also you have to dodge a whole buttload of stuff. But anyways, with that being said, we're going to wrap things up here for the next part.